a little mole manchamanteles. It's a saying in Mexico, the mole should, if it's really good, you should be rushing through and it should stain your tablecloth.
So at Cinco Rabanitos, Alfonso's mole has 27 ingredients.
Is that the best mole? It's really good.
So good that apparently my friends decided to do a mole shot.
No, mole shot.
We're doing that already?
This was Z had his first mole shot.
Oh,
Man.
that's a first.
You slow-mo that, and then you just say, this is when it got weird.
This is when it got weird.
No, I've had mole all over Mexico. I've never seen a mole shot.
I'm Marcos CARBAJAL, co-owner of Carnitas Uruapan in Pilsen. We specialize in carnitas, chicharrón, and the side dishes that commonly accompany carnitas. Carnitas Uruapan was started by my father in 1975 here in Pilsen. Pilsen's always been an immigrant community. In the 60s, it was a community of Czech and Polish origin. Now it's become a booming area for Mexican culture, Mexican food, and it makes for a really, really interesting neighborhood.
This is my dad. His name's Inocencio Carvajal, but everybody calls him El Güero. El Güero Carnitas. We serve carnitas, which is a dish native to Michoacán.
Quiroga, Pátzcuaro, Uruapan, Santa Clara, la tradición son las carnitas de Michoacán. Si usted quiere probar buenas carnitas, es Michoacán.
Carnitas, it's essentially slow-cooked pork, the whole hog, for about 2 hours in its own fat and naturally rendered pork oil. And it's cooked till it's nice and crispy, golden brown on the outside, and tender and moist on the inside. This is our walk-in cooler where we store all of the carnitas. So after we sear them and lock in all the juices, we store them, and the following day we start turning them into carnitas. We've got a couple thousand pounds of shoulders on this side. We've got racks of ribs in the back. All the different cuts that go into making carnitas are here. We cook 6,800 pounds of pork a week. We make a lot of carnitas for a lot of hungry carnitas eaters out there. It's traditionally sold by the pound rather than an individual taco. Usually about a half a pound a person, and you can select which cuts of meat you'd like. There's shoulder, ribs, pork belly, pork skin, or you can do surtido, which is a mix of all of it. The carnitas are brought to your table, placed at the center, then you've got a big stack of steamy hot tortillas, salsas, and all the toppings. It's meant to be shared.
My dad was part of a wave of immigrants from Mexico in the late 60s that came here for work.
Primero vine a Estados Unidos en 1969. Yo decidí abrir mi negocio 4 años después. Esta foto tiene mi medalla que yo quería mucho y la vendí para empezar mi negocio. La vendí mi medalla para comprar el caso, la parrilla, la registradora para empezar mi negocio. Salí adelante pues, con mis carnitas.
I went to the University of Michigan, and after I graduated, had a stint working in finance for 8 years, but decided to get back into our family business. When I moved away to college and realized good Mexican food is extremely hard to come by, I started getting more and more of an appreciation for it and really started to see big picture that we fill a need for our community. We sell carnitas, but we also sell nostalgia for Mexico.
Gracias.
Last night we started at the restaurant, and it was amazing to have some of my best friends. Aaron, a good friend of mine when we worked in finance, and then my roommates from college, Gino and Ziad, were there. They've always been along for all the good times. Ziad and his brother, I call them my hermanos árabes, my Arab brothers, because there's a lot of cultural exchange going on there. before we even left the building, I think there were already 2 shots fired.
Salud.
Ready? All right, go. You want to go?
You ever been on a show while drunk?
No. That's the scary part.
We walked over to Cinco Rabanitos, and Cinco Rabanitos is a new restaurant in Pilsen. Alfonso, the chef, has been a longtime customer of ours. He worked for Rick Bayless for many, many years, and he opened up his own restaurant.
We have almost 1 year open. I'm very excited. The food for me is like very traditional. Some of those flavors we have in Guerrero State.
Something that you rarely see outside of Mexico is sangrita. And sangrita is essentially like a chaser for your tequila.
It's like a Bloody Mary. It's like a Bloody Maria.
You sip a little tequila, you sip a little sangrita, and you just kind of slip into a good place.
Guacamole, estilo 5 rabanitos.
Alfonso always sneaks the radishes in there. There's a story behind the name of his restaurant. His father was a radish farmer in Guerrero, and every day he'd send him and his 4 brothers to the center of town with a bucket full of radishes. They would sell them in the streets. He started calling his sons the 5 radishes, 5 rabanitos.
Radish is my signature and also is my passion.
Alfonso had prepared a typical dish from Guerrero, enchiladas de pollo with mole. The mole from Guerrero is a little sweeter than your typical mole.
It's traditional in Mexico. In the breakfast morning, everybody making like enchiladas and chilaquiles. The filling is fed of chicken with caramelized onions and black beans. Mix all of it with a mole estilo Guerrero.
Alfonso prepared one of his specials, camarones gratinados, which are shrimp that are grilled with just a little bit of cheese on top of them with a bed of green rice. And he pairs a really, really wonderful creamy salsa made out of chile poblano. And you mix all those things together, put it inside one of his homemade tortillas that he makes on the spot, and it is just fantastic.
You've had shrimp a million times, but that poblano sauce, and then the green rice is something else.
The first bottle didn't make it through the first restaurant.
Salud.
And then we strategically decided to make a pit stop back at Carnitas Uruapan, pick up another bottle. Nowhere to go but up from there.
All right.
Hey, I want to get some chicharrón.
Go for it. My mom's apparently still doing her hair. She's not camera ready yet. Pelo, mi pelo. All right, let's keep going. Let's roll. What do you got, a chicharrón roti?
Yes, it's so good.
Yeah, that's it. Walking the streets, eating chicharrón.
Right.
Pilsen is another really, really cool newcomer to the neighborhood. My friend CESAR opened Pilsen.
The concept that we have for the restaurant, it is the GASTROCANTINA. We have traditional Mexican dishes, but with a little twist.
He has a really, really big passion for art, and he has a big passion for food. Cesar prepared a typical drink from Jalisco, a cantarito.
This is very famous where my mother is from Michoacán. Usually it comes in a clay pot, so I try to recreate that with this drink. The traditional recipe calls for grapefruit juice, but I decided to use a grapefruit radler.
He takes inspiration from all over Mexico that he blends with typical American, bar food. So we had wings that were glazed with chipotle and tamarindo glaze.
This is my take on the traditional Mexican tostada. These are made with short ribs.
We had a burger that had chile serrano blended into the patty.
The wings are rocking.
Yeah?
These aren't the TGI Friday wings. These are the wings.
Wait, are they better than that?
They're a little bit better.
Cesar had a Mezcal tasting grid set up for us. And he introduced his secret weapon for the night.
Yeah, this is sal de gusano. warm salt.
So who brought this up over the border? Because I know it typically...
My mother brought me this from
Mezcal is derived from an agave that oftentimes has a little bit of larva and a little worm that lives inside of it. They take that worm and they dry it out and they grind it and they mix it with salt and spices to make sal de gusano. CESAR's special batch also had ground up grasshopper in the salt as well.
A las carnitas y a Pilsen. Claro que sí. Y le voy a tomar más mezcal.
So the next stop was Mezcaleria Las Flores up in Logan Square. We managed to kidnap Cesar, and he was a good sport about it. He jumped in and was excited to go along. Aaron got a little disgruntled because he had to ride in the back.
Here's my brother in the back. I'm in the back, man. I'm in the back, man.
We went to college together, we were roommates, and we randomly lived with this guy. And
Unfortunately, my brother. And he showed us Middle Eastern culture, we've shown him Mexican culture. And when it combines.
Food fucking unites people all the time. Food and booze, right? Yeah. It's a part of culture, your identity, so many different things. And that's how we all got along. I vividly remember having dinner with Ziad, and he's eating guac, I'm eating hummus.
Before we walked into Mezcaleria Las Flores, we were talking about corridos, which are storytelling through music. I had a corrido made about my father by a local artist in Michoacan. I started playing the song, my father's corrido.
Oh man, that kills it. That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
¿Saben? Ya me despido, orgulloso de mi padre.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
The end of it is
I got you.
So the next stop was Mezcaleria Las Flores. The owner, Jay Schroeder, has become a good friend because we're there so much, and we gave him a proper Mexican nickname a few weeks ago. Jay became Jay Maguey.
I totally do not have the ability to live up to that.
He worked as a bar manager for Rick Bayless for many years. He is incredibly passionate about mezcal, and it's really hard to make good drinks out of mezcal, but Jay masters it.
This guy's a drink called Sorry Pepper Rambe. You got a little bit of fish. You got some guajillo chiles toasted off. You got a mezcal from the state of Guerrero. This is a celebration of mezcal. All special ingredients. So you distill it through a chicken breast. That's like really fucking good. That's so weird. It's like shit. Gritty and like. So this guy, Don Mateo de la Sierra, mezcal from Michoacan. I don't know if you guys have heard of that place. Check out michoacan.mx.gov.
We have to do a proper Michoacan yell after drinking Michoacan mezcal. Salud.
Salud.
This toast is for the poor.
Something that kind of naturally develops when you're Mexican and you're drinking is a big Mexican yell.
Should I do it? I'll do one, you do one. All right.
Next stop was a big end of the night party here at Carnitas Uruapan.
So my dad was like, you should have at least one bottle of tequila for every 2 people. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I've got one for every 5 people. He's like, how many are Mexican?
And I was like, oh.
Normal math is like 5 people per bottle of tequila. Mexican math is 2. On a scale of 1 to 10, I know you've done a lot of these, like, where are we at right now?
On drunk scale?
We're at a 6.
No, on a drunk slash...
Fun
Oh, on a
scale.
fun scale?
Yeah,
Fun scale.
fun scale.
15.
15.
We haven't even gotten to the back to Carnitas Uruapan.
Yo, honestly, I haven't seen the brother on any of the shows.
Vice just got real. Vice just got real. All right.
Hey, mama!
As soon as we walked in, the band just started jamming. Grupo Veloz was just playing some hits.
This is my mom. She was calling me earlier, wondering why we were running a little late.
Tomando y está lleno todo mejor aquí vamos mandándolo.
She said, you're a little too wasted to be making dinner tonight. And I was like,
We prepared something that isn't typical that we don't serve on the menu. Flautas are little rolled up tacos that are filled with carnitas, quickly flash fried till they're golden brown on the outside. Then adding lettuce, tomato, some fresh cream, and some homemade salsa. It gives the carnitas a whole new feel to it.
now this is a true Mexican line operation. We've got my mom, we've got 2 waitresses that have been with us for 15 years. Everybody in this line is family. And that's how this restaurant operates.
All in all, fantastic night. Great time. I felt like we were back in Michoacán.
Yo soy Marcos Carvajal, orgulloso de mi padre. No hay más carnitas que Uruapan. En Chicago ya lo saben, ya con esta me despido.